Greetings, denizens of the tri-state area. Jacob Weil here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
Dragon, I know what we're going to do today. We're going to activate the Recap-inator and discuss my favorite cartoon, Phineas and Ferb. That's right. In honor of the 15th anniversary and in preparation for the upcoming revival, I'm guiding Blue Dragon 5 here through the series, experiencing his reactions, watching it for the first time, and reliving my summer memories through the years. Today's episode is Wizard of Odd. So we have a bit of an quote-unquote odd episode today. Dragon, how are you feeling on this one?
I like this one. This is a good one.
Yeah, so one particular stuck out to you in this, in that case.
Well, I don't know, maybe the Wizard of Oz part?
I mean, it's definitely unique, and it's definitely unique in terms of like setting and everything as far as.
Am I crazy? Is this the first time we're doing the parody, the full parody adaptation sort of thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I thought. This is a milestone. This is pretty big, and we're still in season 2.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, I don't think they have like any other straight up literary adaptations. I mean, there's one episode that later that is like an homage to Lord of the Rings, but
I just mean us like doing like we're gonna do Star Wars, we're gonna do Marvel. Like the first time we're gonna do forget actually Marvel doesn't really count, but you know what I mean. We're full on doing like Star Wars, for example. Like we're doing like the parody, we're assigning roles, stuff like that.
Well, the parody, in the case of Star Wars, it's more their insert into the story, kind of like a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead kind of thing.
Okay, well, my point being, we're melding into an established story with established characters.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
It's like we have Kogias here saying this is one of my favorite episodes of the season. The Rusted song was stuck in my head for a long time. Yep. And it's fitting that they made Candace Dorothy because she's the true hero of the series.
Mm.
So, even though Dorothy herself later appears in the S episode as well.
That's true.
But she just kind of fit the Dorothy archetype in a way.
Yep.
All right, so how about we get into it?
Well,
Yeah.
I have a message for the creators, but I don't know if I want to just do it now or just do it randomly if it comes up.
Do you want me to keep it ready just in case?
Oh, what do you think? I was going to say something on kind of more, I don't know. It's kind of a touchy-feely note. Should I do it ahead of time or just like drop it in the middle somewhere?
Let's just get out of the way then.
Okay. Message to Dan and Swampy. Mostly Pavenmeyer. I've been doing research on you, Pavenmeyer.
Oh.
Lately, I've been looking into some of your little, what is it, the TikTok videos? The
YouTube Shorts, TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, like little short, like the short Periscope-looking YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I've been looking into a few of them, Dan, and I want to say on a sincere note, Pavenmeyer had a little rough last year, and
he did.
I just want to say we have fun when we call out the creators, but you know what? It's not just the sympathy play, but you know what? It's kind of sunk in, because we're grateful to these guys for the show that they've made, aren't we?
We are definitely. Very much so.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I relish in the joy of the man getting essentially his effigy, from the Disney park in his home. I rally behind a man like that.
Yeah.
Taking pride in such an achievement. You know what? There are going to be highs and lows in a man's life, and you know what? I can sympathize. Last year, unmitigatedly sucked. It was awful. It was terrible, and you know what? Transition is a thing, but I'm hoping that getting into the revival. I've been hearing like he's been doing some press and stuff for the revival, and you know what? I'm expecting good things. I'm expecting good things from Phineas and Ferb in 2024.
As am I, Dragon. As am I. 2023 was definitely an interesting year for Dan. If you follow, I'm not going to get into it.
Well, of course, it's not our place to really weigh in on the man's personal life. I'm just saying those. Now, I want to take a moment to appreciate the man. Appreciate, going through difficult stages in life, as I think we all have.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, a lot of big things happened for him. Of course, like his daughter got nominated for an Emmy Award.
Yeah.
Yep, which is a huge deal. You could just tell how happy he was that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. Anyway.
so there were highs and lows as always, but he's coming through it, and he seems he's doing okay.
All right. So Dan, Swampy. A little less swampy this time, but maybe next time. I don't know. Anyway, Dan, you're okay in what? You're okay in our book. All right.
We thank you guys both for creating this, for making
What?
this fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, getting into it.
Yep. So actually, the episode begins where Candace being bored.
Yes, she's bored.
Bored.
So Linda encourages Candace to have fun versus trying to bust her brothers, and just kind of like calls out the cycle. You know, just like, can't we just like, did you really have fun doing any of that?
Yeah, she's like, I have fun. Of course I have fun.
Queen of fun.
I have fun all day.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, more of like a denial than anything, more denial than anything else.
So offers her a choice here. You can read The Wizard of Oz. You can read a book.
You know, those things with binders and words on the inside. Some pictures are optional.
You know what that's from, don't you?
Vaguely, yeah. What is it?
The Tick.
Oh yeah. Which Tick?
The cartoon Tick.
Okay, because there are literally 3 versions of the Tick. Well, four versions of the Tick.
I'm aware of that factor, Jacob, but I mean, come on. So, anyways, I'll read a book. It's this really funny gag from The Tick where you have, I'm trying to remember the guy's exact name, but he had like this one, I think it's like a man who weighs like 1 ton. He has like a little hand puppet. It's just like, he's quoting literature like, the idiot! And he looks around, no one else gets it. Like, read a book!
Like, who says cartoons can't be educational?
Exactly, it's this little educated hand puppet. Just
and people say cartoons can't be educational.
Okay. Anyway.
Yep. So
yes, let's go. Yeah, that's the thing. Though it is from The Tick, but yes, Captain Logan uses it all the time on Geek Evolution.
It's like, does a comic book count in this case then?
I mean, well, it's a book.
I know. I mean,
you can't have a comic book without a book.
The Tick is a comic book.
Yes.
So yeah.
All right, spoons aside.
Spoon.
Yes.
I actually have the opportunity to meet Townsend Coleman at the upcoming con.
But you have, or you're going to?
I have the opportunity to, because he's there with the other cast of Ninja Turtles.
Well, are you going to try and hit all 4, or are you just going to focus on Townsend Coleman?
Well, my main focus is going to be Rob Paulson.
Well, I mean, you get 2 out of the 4. That's why I'm asking. Like, are you going to go for?
I mean, probably not going to go for all 4 because I'm not really familiar with Barry Gordon or whoever the other one is. But
isn't Cam Clark one of the Ninja Turtles?
Oh yeah, Cam Clark. Yeah, Barry Gordon.
Well, that's you have like 2 Tick alumni within the. Actually, they have 3 Tick alumni in the Ninja Turtles because Rob Paulson was, in my opinion, the better Arthur. But you have
Townsend Coleman. You have Rob Paulson, Cam Clark. Who was Cam Clark in that?
Well, he was Deflator Mouse.
Oh, and Barry Gordon wasn't in it, right?
He might have. His thing, I don't know. I was not a classic Ninja Turtles guy, so I don't know what that was.
I mean, technically me neither, but that's what they're mainly there for.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that they use a lot of great classic voice actors in the industry, like guys who like journeymen who've done like a whole bunch of stuff. So by that logic, Barry probably has been in stuff that we know him from because he's a voice actor for pity's sake. But I don't know offhand that I don't recognize that name because again he was primarily the Ninja Turtles was his big splash. So I don't know.
Let me just put it before we put it to rest. Rob Paulson's my main priority in that one.
Okay.
I mean, if any of them, I might see Townsend Coleman, but if anything, definitely Rob Paulson.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Buford and Baljeet actually come up to Candace's window, and because Phineas and Ferb are cleaning the house.
Well, speaking of which, again, Candace offered the choice: read Wizard of Oz or clean Perry's little play thing.
Platypus playpen.
Yeah.
And she chooses to read the book.
Yes, and she's starting to read, and again, we're paralleling the Wizard of Oz here. Okay, the characters that are going to be in the dream are show up right before, and we're going to double cast them, at least for the most part. And in this case, basically, we can count for that except for Doofenshmirtz. But however, we do go into Candace's subconscious, and she has met Heinz Doofenshmirtz before.
Yep, and she has, and even during when she was under the of the moss,
Mm-hmm.
she did see Perry as a secret agent. So
Exactly. So by that logic, technically, it's all pulling from something. But at the point, we get a fresh in her mind: Baljeet and Buford.
yep, and we
And
even
what do
see
you want?
and we even see Stacy as an owl in there.
Yeah.
Stacy didn't get to do much.
Poor Kelly Who.
She even said "who" in this episode.
Which is perfect.
Who?
Kelly.
Yes, Kelly.
Then we have like John and Hansu looking like, who? Kelly.
Yes.
Oh.
It's like, so anyway, they ask her what they want, and Buford's like, metaphysical sense? Nothing. I'm good.
No, that's gonna come back.
Yep. Baljeet like, I want to be cool. That's not gonna happen.
I know.
and so refusing to join in, they at least tell her to try and stay dry.
See, if you were smart, you would hear that warning. At the very least, you'd close the window.
Or at least, they could have at least told her strapped down too, because they're spinning the friggin' house.
Look, even if they're not going to spin the house, you think she would have the sense enough, like, okay, they're going to wash the house, and to do that, they're going to need a hose, and they're going to probably spray this side of the house. Like, even if it's not like a crazy, like shenanigans that the boys are up to, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think even with them, I don't think she expected them to spin the house and use a giant hose.
Oh, come on. They're going to use even a regular hose was still going to get her wet.
I know, but it's not nearly as bad as what happens.
Yeah, so essentially they spin the house because
the tub is usually they give it a bath, but the city's using the tub as a reservoir.
God, that's funny. Makes no sense whatsoever, but it's funny.
It does. It's like, why is there a giant reservoir, and why are they using a tub as a giant reservoir? Who knows? Who cares? We don't care.
We don't care.
It's like, didn't Candace or Perry and Candace's buddy fight? Yep, exactly. When they switch brains.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, so yeah, obviously.
Perry, the teenage girl.
Great. Now this song is stuck in my head. So obviously the spinning and everything simulates the tornado of the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then
we're melding with her subconscious as she's kind of disoriented and seeming basically we're blending, the whole like falling asleep and to like the last thing she remembers hearing.
Yeah, and she also sees the zebra again.
Yeah, never a good omen for Candace.
That's not the last we've seen of him either.
I would hope not.
Oh, I love the beard, Kevin. It's like he always calls her Kevin.
I love that.
Yep. So she steps outside and lands in the mysterious land of Odd.
Yep. Specifically, she's in the land of Odd, but right now she's in Patchkin land.
Yep, where all the Patchkins, and obviously based on the Fireside Girls.
Yep. So far, role wise, we have Candace as Dorothy, Perry as Toto.
Yep.
And the Fireside Girls as the Munchkins.
Yep, and of course the witch it lands on is Susie.
I love that joke. So I love the fact that they have to say the little girl's all right that we didn't kill the child.
It's like I'm okay.
Still alive.
It's like.
But Jacob.
Yeah.
You know where she's not alive?
Is it Time Dragon?
Jacob, it's time.
It's
Grady Reboot time! See, I didn't get any of that.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Want me to do it again?
I didn't hear it. Yeah, can you? Now I feel fulfilled. Okay.
There we go.
Anyway, yes. So, Candace killed a child.
Technically, that's not Candace's fault, though.
I'm sorry, Jay. Whose dream is it?
It is, well, I guess technically.
Whose desire is it for this to happen?
Candace.
Who has the motive?
Candace.
That's what I thought.
It's like, oh, we have LEB's back.
Yep. Sharp, right on time for killing children.
Yep.
Well, technically, Candace is killing children.
Imagery.
And why is she killing children? For shoes.
Shoes that you technically didn't even want.
For shoes and Arbor Day.
Yes.
Yep, shoes she didn't even want. That's exactly right. Yeah, so I agree. Really pretty simple. I mean, we're talking about major changes. Just take out the audio. We killed her.
Yeah,
So, Wisdom is actually a really dark story when you think about it, kids. Especially like Isabella's like spreading false information.
Like I felt something in the foresight to come for the gritty reboot.
Yep.
It's nice to have you back, LEB. Candace wouldn't do that. She's the hero.
Is she though?
Nominally, I guess.
I mean, ordinarily, even so. I mean, right in this case, I mean, she's taking the boots off a dead child.
Or is it Candace's dream? No, this is straight up Candace's dream. And yes, she overall this could be considered the hero of the series. I mean, there's no antagonist in this show except for Doofenwitch.
Well, apparently it's Susie who we just killed off. There's your antagonist. We killed her. We slayed her in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, in this episode, yes. all over some boots.
Yep.
There's some swanky boots though. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, but they have a horrible consequence, Jacob. Just to continue to agree, Ruben Smith, to jump over a little bit here. I mean, again, it melds with you like symbiote. It's terrifying.
Yeah, but again, all you need is a red rubber shoehorn.
Well, yeah, I'm calling BS on that red rubber shoehorn, by the way. That thing was grafted onto her.
Well, maybe it circumvented that.
No. Didn't circumvent nothing, Jay. Okay, that's an animation error there. Okay, we had a gag. I'm not saying it's an actual error. I'm just saying it's the cartoon logic there.
And,
okay,
and
we
also,
have a gag, and then we forget about it in the wide shot.
And also, it's a dream.
Well, that's true too. Maybe that's probably the best explanation of anything. So there you go.
I mean, granted, yeah, it is a bit of an error, but
yeah, well, it's cartoon logic more than error.
It's cartoon logic mixed with dream logic.
There you go.
LEB agrees. Like she is by definition the hero of this episode specifically.
Goes on a journey.
Yep, and a journey of discovery.
There's a morally questionable lesson, but we'll get there.
Anyway,
yeah. So that's thing. So again, pretty bold. We squashed the little girl, but again, I guess to get rid of the gritty reboot. She's still alive. Make a gag out of it. Like, I'm okay. Can someone get this house off me? Someone got a jack.
Yep, and for all we know, she's still there.
Yeah, she lives there now.
Yep, she lives under the house.
Yep, possibly died of starvation unless she has really stretching arms. She is a witch.
You almost feel bad for Susie, but almost.
Almost. I mean, she's pretty horrible. Like Starla Dimple, man. She's pretty bad.
Yeah, like at least Susie cares for her pets.
Have we seen her pets?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right. We still have the dog, right?
Yeah.
Right. Did she care for it though? Did she love it?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't hate it or anything. Or
did she use it just as an implement of torture though, or did she actually like treat it nicely?
I mean, for all we know, she does treat it nicely, but she also trains it to torment Candace.
I'm saying, I don't know. I think there might be something fishy going on with that dog.
Well, it's still better than what Darla did.
That's true. No, you're right. Yeah, the comparison. Yeah, it's better.
I mean, Darla straight up tried to, drown a bunch of animals.
Yeah.
There's no getting around that fact.
For fame too. It wasn't like they were all like bad animal. No, just it was bad.
They were innocent animals, and they were just eating up her spotlight. Essentially.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it was very awful.
Have we ever done anything on this channel for Cats Don't Dance?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Oh, that's a shame because I would have liked to talk about it.
I'm pretty sure you might want to check it because I don't know if that fell. I don't think it fell. I'm pretty sure I was talking to Tiki about that.
All right, well, I'll do a double check on that, but
Hmm.
but meanwhile, yes, Susie's down there and Isabella takes off this, and the good witch Isabella takes the boots off, and just puts them onto Candace for basically no reason, probably just to mess with her.
So I guess just since we're talking about a parody of the Wizard of Oz, I mean it does bring about some conversations about the actual Wizard of Oz. What do you think? You think Glenda good, Glenda bad?
I guess it all from a matter of perspective. I mean, she doesn't actually try to kill anybody.
She didn't kill one of her sisters.
Well, I guess I'm not sure.
Okay, fine. Even if she didn't kill, let's just say it happened that way. She still's like taking the shoes off her dead sister. It's kind of creepy, right?
Yep.
Then she sends Dorothy on like a whole way, and she says, it's like click your heels together, you get home.
Yeah, she didn't even tell her that immediately. And yes, apparently you guys did do something on Cats Don't Dance last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So.
Forgot it was last year, but yeah.
Well, 1 year ago. That might have been in 2022.
All right, well, there you go. I think 2022 sounds probably right. Anyway.
And funny enough, this year is actually the 85th anniversary of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it was like 85, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's still kind of a big anniversary year.
No, you're right, it is, yeah. Anywho,
yeah.
So, but that's the thing. Is to send her on this journey. What does Dorothy really learn by the end of the Wizard of Oz? What do you think? I mean, she makes some friends, which is good, but where's the lesson in that?
Like, is there actually a lesson in the?
Well, the only lesson is like there's no place like home.
Like
I think she learned that like when she first landed.
Yeah, it's like she learned to appreciate what she had.
Yeah,
basically.
But yeah, I mean, Oz wasn't all that bad. I mean, aside from the witch, which they killed off. I mean, yeah, it's pretty. What do you think? Would you want to live in Oz?
Like, well, maybe the movie version, most likely, probably. Yeah. But if it's like the books, then no.
Well, there you go.
The books are a lot different from the actual movie.
Okay. Anywho, then we have the Yellow Sidewalk song.
Yep. Just take the yellow sidewalk. Yep. And as it turns out, as we later learn, not that good advice.
Not terrible advice.
Yep. Although who knows how the purple one or burnt umber one would have gone.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So, who wants those boots, Jacob?
Doofenwitch.
Warlock.
It's not witch. It's warlock.
Why are you wearing the dress? It's a robe.
Yep. The Doofenwitch warlock really wants the red rubber boots. But he can't. But for some reason, he can't use his magic in that part of Odd. Which is also exemplified when he tries to leave by just disappearing in a puff of smoke, but ends up burning himself.
Okay, so that actually is a very deep cut reference to Wizard of Oz. I'm sure you know about. I know you know about.
Yeah, and how the green makeup was highly toxic and flammable.
Yes, and so when the actress played the Wicked Witch made her big exit, she actually got severely burned. It was very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that one.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds horrible.
So again, they got out of a very dark circumstance and made a pretty funny gag.
Yep, I don't know if that's like an intentional reference.
That's gotta be intentional. I
mean, it most likely is.
Even if it's cartoon lot, even if they didn't know, I mean, that's very. It's either serendipitous or it's just really funny. I don't know.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, so Doofenwitch
warlock.
That's Doofenwitch. I mean, look at the nose on like no warlock has a nose like that.
But that's his default nose.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Or it's not to say default nose.
He's a witch in denial, man.
He's
got the hat. No warlock wears a hat like that. Big green. What?
You don't know for sure.
Name one warlock that wears a hat like that. Name one.
Harry Potter in the graduation scene.
Wait, really? He wore one of those hats?
Yeah, they have hats. Not like that.
That's what I'm saying. It was a witch's hat, though.
Yeah, I think they have hats like that. And plus, they remember the sorting hat. It looks like a witch's hat.
Oh my god! So they wore. Oh man. All right, fine. Never mind then. Okay.
Like so there are ties anyway.
All right,
Are
fine.
warlocks green? I mean, who's to say they're not?
I have not seen a green warlock.
We've only seen one green witch, and it's the Wicked Witch.
No, there's other green witches.
And they're all homages to this one.
Well, that's true, but I'm just saying witch. I mean, green witches. You know, the witches with skin decolorations.
Yeah, all right. Let's move on.
All right, anyway, so enough of this magic debacle.
Yep.
Anyway, so point being, yeah, after before the meta gag, I'll get those boots. Your little platypus too. Yeah.
And then he just like, oh, there's a puff of green smoke.
It was incinerated like cartoony ash.
And second time, I'll just take my bus pass.
Yeah. No,
Maybe
where's
that's
that remake of the Sam Raimi? Where was that scene in Oz the Great and Powerful? That's what I want to know.
Too bad there wasn't a bus to Bustopolis.
That's true.
Like Oz the Great and Powerful, maybe they hadn't established the transit system yet.
Well, that was the movie they're doing in, though.
Maybe that was after. Maybe that was in the that'd be in the supposed sequel.
Yeah. Seriously, you know what? Everyone's always bags on Oz the Great and Powerful. I like that movie.
I mean, I like it too. I mean, it's no masterpiece or anything, but it's good.
It's no Wizard of Oz, clearly, but it's nice.
Or is it Return to Oz?
Well, I mean, Return to Oz is really dark, man.
I mean, so is the original novel.
I know. I'm not saying it's doing a bad job. I'm just saying, like, entertainment wise.
Technically, Return to Oz is more closer to the book than the original movie was.
Well, yeah, I would give you that warm and fuzzy feeling, does it?
No.
See, Wizard of Oz gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling. Oz the Great and Powerful, well, not as good as the Wizard of Oz, gives me that warm and fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, like little China doll, who's like voiced by Joey King. It's adorable.
And like
Zach Braff as Fly Monkey.
Little blue ass like, which is better, this or Muppets Wizard of Oz?
Good question.
I
mean, Jacob, what do you got?
My vote's for this. I mean, the Muppets does have moments, but if I had to choose which one I'd watch again, I'd go with this one.
And let's see. Does Phineas and Ferb have a Quentin Tarantino cameo?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in the future, it does have a Kevin Smith cameo.
Well, that's not really this episode, though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, no, all seriousness. I mean, look, in terms of quality, I mean, it's probably going to be this, but I don't know. I still like a few moments in the Muppet Wizard of Oz.
I mean, trust me, I still like the Muppets one too. Like, especially the oh, what do these things do?
You really like those you really like that nipple gag, don't you?
It's hilarious.
It's funny. I'm just saying, like, every time we talk about it, you always go.
It's one of the few things I watched it when it came out. It's one of the few things I remembered from it.
See, for me, I got two things. One, I got that.
When I first watched it, I didn't even know who Quentin Tarantino was.
Well, still, this is a crazy man swinging a sword. Kermit the Frog's talking to. You don't know who that is. It's still pretty funny.
It is funny, yeah.
Just a wild, crazy pitch man in the middle of this movie. But that is that. And then I can tell you, for me, it was just really good. It's kind of a scary scene. It was when the essentially the biker version of the Flying Monkeys.
Oh yeah, I do remember those.
They tear poor Kermit. It's such an eerie visual of Kermit the Frog torn apart as a scarecrow. It's very stuck with me, man. It was very like, oh man, this feels wrong.
I mean, heck, I remember that
made me feel so uneasy.
And heck, I remember the fact that he even gave him Bran instead of Brain.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
As a kid, I didn't quite get that, but it's like, oh man, that is pretty funny.
Like, technically, I guess retroactively, that would be my first introduction to Tarantino. I just didn't know who he was at the time.
Yeah.
And heck, Michael Giacchino did the music for that too, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think I saw The Incredibles before that point, but...
Okay.
Anywho,
so we're going to Bustopolis to bust the brothers, and we're gonna follow the yellow sidewalk to get there.
Yeah. Kogi has we've gone to Batman Wizard of Oz. We'd have a great time to have Jonathan Crane as the Scarecrow.
That would be pretty fun.
Yes, but who would be Dorothy in this case?
Oh, Deadpool did the Wizard of Oz, though.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was actually, I forget if it was actually a Marvel title or not. There was I don't think it was, there's a comic series that was based on the Wizard of Oz, and Deadpool parodied that in the Suicide Kings comic, I believe. And you had, let's see, you had the Punisher as the Tin Man with a gun.
Oh, God.
You had Spider-Man as the Scarecrow, I believe, and Daredevil was the lion, because the cowardly lion, the man without fear.
Oh, God.
And Deadpool was Dorothy, and I don't know if we had a Toto in that. Probably did. I think it was just Toto. I don't know if it was anyone, but anyway.
It's like, so Batman would be Dorothy.
Well, the coolest Dorothy ever, if he is.
What about Batgirl?
I think the real question is probably, I think, it'd be mainly with the villains. So I think Batman's probably the Wizard of Oz, if anything. He's probably the one helping him at the end.
Yeah, Joker. Joker. Batman's the wizard, and Joker's Dorothy.
Exactly. No, absolutely. That's what it is. Joker's Dorothy. Harley might be Toto.
Well, if Batman would be Ace would be Toto.
Well, yeah, if it were Batman, then Ace would be Toto, yes. But
or if you're going with Toto, it could be one of the two hyenas. Or both hyenas.
Well, it would be both by hyenas. Remember, Joker doesn't really like those hyenas. I mean, it's mostly.
But it's the closest. It's the closest thing, though.
No, true. I'm just saying he kind of treats Harley like a pet, so I think Harley would be Toto.
Okay, that's fair.
Unless you want to make her just Glenda, which I mean you could.
Yeah. Okay, let's move. Let's gonna move on.
Yes, moving on.
That could be a podcast for another day.
All right, so we find a nerd crow hanging from a wedgie.
Yes.
And what does he want, Jacob?
He wants to be cool.
And he starts singing about it, and Candace calls out, "Okay, look, you can come along. There's no more singing from you.
Yep.
We don't like we don't like Baljeet singing."
Mr. Freeze would be a Tin Man. All right, last bit of Batman Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Unless we get another good fan cast, but other than that, we're not going to do any more ourselves. Okay, so it's like, so after Baljeet, or the Nerd Crow, gives his wish, Phineas and Ferb pop up and offer an alternative path to Bustopolis.
Yeah, what's the first alternative path?
Riding unicorns through a sugary wonderland.
Okay, so Candace here, as far as I'm concerned, she's doing what she was told. Okay, she's going on the yellow sidewalk. She can't. Candace is not in the wrong here. Okay. But yeah, so she's sees something kind of tempting there, but no, I'm not falling for that, and just walks along.
Good, yes. I'm assuming that Dragons of they made Baljeet, made their least favorite character Baljeet.
No. Look, Baljeet's turned the corner. He's better now. Seriously, he is. He's got. I get nothing against the Scarecrow, but it's so funny that we're getting these Baljeet jokes that feed into the dislike I had of Baljeet earlier, which
Yeah, it's like, as I said, that kind of thing evolved and changed as it went along.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it Baljeet isn't a turnaround, it's a redemption arc.
And the sugary one does indeed look delicious.
And it does. Although I'm more partial to the ice cream one myself.
Me too. I am too.
It's like, well, we'll get to that in a moment.
I wonder if there are any ice cream sandwiches in that ice cream thing.
Hopefully. I mean, it wouldn't be an ice cream forest without an ice cream sandwich.
That would be really nice.
Yeah.
Like a bench that was an ice cream sandwich.
That would be great. You could sit on it, then eat it.
Yeah. I eat the back part though, not the chair part.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
not the part you sat on.
Ideally, no. Maybe some handles too. I'd go for the handles.
Yeah. So anyway, in other words, like Perry's been trapped over with the Doofenwitch.
Yep.
So he wants to get hold of the boots and he sends stuff the flying squirrels.
Yes, who basically are flying little biplanes.
Yeah, I mean, they're cute, but they don't go very fast.
And as a sidekick, he has a spider monkey.
Yep, a literal 8-legged monkey that shoots webs.
Pretty cool.
Yep, and how would you like one of those?
Haven't seen one of those since Ben 10 Alien Force.
He's one of the. I think Spider Monkey's one of the underrated aliens from that show.
Yeah, you got that, and you got it wasn't necessary. I mean, actually, I guess it kind of was Spy Kids. That was the first time I saw one of those things.
Yeah,
Spider Monkey was pretty cool.
I
Say a
remember
gladiator monkey with gladiator ape with like spider legs. Pretty cool looking.
Which one was that in again?
That was Spy Kids 2.
Oh,
Island of Lost Dreams or Island of Dreams.
I'm more familiar with the first one. I've seen that more than I have the second one.
Oh, I've seen all three of those original ones.
I mean, I have two, but I've only seen the third one like once.
Yep.
I know that's like takes place inside of a game.
Yeah.
So, but I love Spy Kids. Spy Kids is great.
Original Spy Kids is great. Yeah.
Yeah, the first two at least.
There's a little effect in the first one. First. Oh, I guess technically they appear in all. I have cameos more than the third one. Point, we have Tony Shalhoub in there now and coming. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's like I'm only familiar with the fourth Spy Kids.
Well, that color me shocked, Code Geass.
Like, is that like the one that came out on Netflix?
No, there was no. That's that. I know what you're talking about, Jacob. That was like a recent one. That one actually looked. The one you're talking about, Jacob, actually looked kind of good. I was tempted to watch that, but I don't know. I was kind of burned by the fourth one. I don't know.
I haven't even seen the fourth one.
Yeah, fourth one. I think it was like time. It was something about time. It basically was like some sort of time device.
And it didn't even have the original kids in it.
No, actually, the fourth one did have the original kids in it, but they were growing up, and it was kind of like a thankless cameo kind of thing.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so this new one's on Netflix. I think it's just kind of like a reboot. It feels like. Again, I haven't watched it, so I don't really know. But
I mean, the original Spy Kids.
The fourth one was like they scratch and sniff. It was like it was a smell-o-vision.
I mean, the fourth one. The first one was awesome.
Of course, I mean, yeah. I love. See, now we're just going on a big tangent right now. About Spy Kids, Alan Cumming is a really wonderful scene in the first Spy. I as a kid, I just went nuts for it. That scene where he's like huge and towering, talking to Junie is a really good scene.
Yep. And of course, Uncle Machete.
I'm not your uncle. That was the fake one, and then we had the real one who's even better.
Yep.
We keep upgrading the machetes.
And Machete eventually got his own movie too.
That he did.
I love tangents.
Okay.
Well, you came to the right place, LEB.
We're all tangents. Bare minimum, Phineas and Ferb, all tangents.
Yep. I mean, it's kind of funny considering they offer tangential paths to the Bistopolis.
Yes, some of that platypus, and then the rest of it's tangents.
I mean, that's the cool thing about this show. It's like so much of this stuff can remind us of other things. Like, look how many times we've talked about Freakazoid in this show.
Yep.
Or Batman, for example, as we brought up. So
kind of a '90s animation theme, but you get it.
Yep. It's like so, Ned. So next up, Candace actually comes across the Tin Man.
But she just walks right past the Tin Man because she sees the most attractive tree she's ever seen.
Jeremy.
I love how this was prompted because he was looking at she has on her wall. I think it was on her ceiling. She has the picture. It was on her ceiling. She has the picture of Jeremy.
Yep.
There's some connotations with that, but we're not gonna focus on that right now.
Well, it's better than usual. Better than some of the stuff she's done previously.
Yeah,
remember, she used to sleep with a framed picture of it.
No, you're right.
Better to have it on and you've never heard of people having picture of their crushes on their ceilings.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's a nod to. It makes me wonder. Oh God, it's on our ceiling. Oh boy. Let's just say to put it. I guess the more optimistic way of looking at it's like the Kingpin from Daredevil with when initially hung Rabin in the first season. He had Rabin in a snowstorm in his bedroom. It was like, it's the first thing I see when I wake up and the last thing I see at night. Lovely sentiment. So I guess that's kind of the logic there. Anyway, so Jeremy, apparently the most dreamy tree in the whole forest.
Yes. And of course he gets to sing his song.
And he's like, Baljee's like, wait a minute, why does he get this thing? Like, shh, hunky tree, hunky tree.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it's a mystery related wish.
Yes.
It's like, aren't you just going to wish not to be a tree?
Yep.
Girls love him. Girls love a guy with some mystery.
Apparently. So again, this is
What-
also a little bit like dream logic on Candace here. Like, yeah, this is how she would imagine Jeremy.
Whether or not that's actual good advice, who knows?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, but once again, Phineas and Ferb are here to offer another alternative. It's like they can either go down the yellow sidewalk that goes to a terrifying beast bog,
Jacob,
or an ice cream canyon,
yep, which you skate through.
and lick.
Okay, I'm gonna call BS on that right now. Okay, there's no way like because Ferb would something terrible should have actually happened to Ferb in that scene.
Going to pull it up, Dragon?
Sure. Gritty reboot time. Okay, let me tell you how this actually would work. Okay, Ferb's skating down there with Phineas. Initially, it's all cream dreams and sunshine and sprinkly rainbows of ice cream goodness.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
Well, maybe the first line was more of that, but you get what I'm going for here. The point being, ice cream paradise. It's like that. It's like the golf course from the Rugrats. The ice cream land. It's kind of like that. Here's the problem: in skating there, Phineas doing it right, Ferb doing it the most horrific way possible. Because if he's lucky, after the first few inches, maybe like a quarter of the way there, at most, it's going to end up being like Courage Cowardly Dog, man. He's going to lose that tongue, and it's going to be, oh dear God, it's going to be horrifying. It's going to okay. If that is I know what the holiday has passed, but Christmas Story, folks, it's Christmas Story on the ground with speed, and there's going to be a separation, and Ferb's going to be wishing someone would put a bullet in his head.
You're doubting Ferb's skill, Dragon.
That's not skill, Jacob. It's science, okay? You put the tongue on the ice. It's not. What are you doing? Are you doing like a triple dog dare thing right now? It's not going to end well, okay? There is no if.
Just get some hot water and you'll be fine.
No. He's not standing stationary. He's like touching you with his tongue. He's skating while he's doing that. Eventually, it's going to stick, and he's going to be still going.
I was imagining something completely different when you brought this up.
What were you imagining?
His tongue would get caught on one of the blades.
Oh God, that's even Jacob, you sick puppy! Wow. Wow.
Of all the times that you're saying I'm like all the time we've mutilated characters in this gritty reboot, you're calling me out on the tongue?
Well, yes, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're pitching a Saw movie here. It's like, oh, Ferb, you're stuck. There's only one way to get out.
No, I mean like I thought you were mentioning like he was like he would like it would like be happening as he's skating.
Well, the tongue, you've seen how long that kid's head is. It's not gonna. I don't know. Well, only if it gets stuck. And Jake, the only way your thing happens, like he's looking, it gets stuck, and while his body is still moving, then things slice off, and oh God, it's horrible.
Or alternatively, it catches and he's still going and tears off his tongue.
Well, essentially, I was pitching the whole tearing off the tongue thing with again like a nod to Courage, practically, only more horrific. And
yeah, I know.
There's all further writhing on the ground. He's looking up at ice cream. It's like, I'll never have ice cream again. What, Phineas? Of course, he can't say anything right now because one, it's Ferb, and two, he has no tongue. But he's just like motioning, giving the most impassioned game of charades ever. He's like, ice cream mouth. Now I need ice on this. Now. Where's the Hospital of Odd?
It's a good thing it's a dream too.
Well, yeah.
All right.
If you
But
can't wake up, it's going to be agonizing, but yeah.
you gotta admit that would be pretty fun though, regardless.
Okay, well, not the Ferb part of that, but yes, everything else. Yeah, like, the ice cream land, but yeah.
But apparently the ice cream is supposedly non-dairy.
What kind of nightmare is this?
Apparently Candace is lactose intolerant.
Oh, God. All right.
So it's so a nightmare for everyone else, but for Candace, it's apparently.
Did we see Candace eat dairy before?
Like, yeah, well, we've seen her eat like milk. It could have been like an alternate form of milk, like.
Well, no, I mean, have we seen her have a dairy thing and then have a bad reaction? Because I think we did that once, didn't we?
I don't believe so. It's only been mentioned in passing.
Okay, all right. I guess we just mentioned it. Because I remember we had like the allergic reaction episode.
That was to the wild parsnips.
Yeah, I know it's the parsnips. I was wondering if did we mention the dairy thing there? You think, or was that somewhere else?
I mean, the dairy allergy's been mentioned a couple times, but
okay.
But outside of that, we haven't really seen what it does.
Okay. So
Candace, being the stubborn person that she is, decides to, and despite the pleas of ice cream from the Jeremy tree and the nerd crow, she decides to press forward into the beast bog.
And what awaits them in the beast bog?
Not lions, not tigers, and not bears.
Oh my.
It's a lion, tiger, bear guy.
Okay, so I love that reference. I love the whole reference to the lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, I think it's where Emperor's New Groove did, and it was really funny there.
And you know how I mentioned like something off about that, like how like it's supposedly based on an actual creature.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the books, there is these things called Kalidas, spelled Kalidah, and they're actually lion and bear hybrids.
Not really an interesting name, but it's a cool idea, though.
Yep, I mean, I'll even post a link to the wiki page of it in the chat. See, there we go.
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
So it's actually based on something that actually appears in the book, and obviously this one's based on Buford.
So I love Buford's design as this thing.
It is a pretty cool design.
It is. It's great. It's a little short, stumpy body as this thing. It's just awesome.
And the tail, the head. No, I'm lion, tiger, and bear. Oh my!
God,
I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's probably heard that quite a bit.
Yep. Anyway, so what do you? So Candace just cut to the chase and get along their merry way. He's like, "What do you want? I don't want nothing."
Although
there's a song. I'll go on.
I am reminded of a song. I want nothing.
Well, at least it was short. I was laughing so hard at that joke. Oh, it's great.
LEB called it the best joke in the show.
I don't know. Maybe. It's great.
Nothing.
So, of course, the fact it's a Disney show that does make that joke perfect. So maybe it's the best joke in the show.
It's a musical show nonetheless.
Yeah, a musical show. A Disney show. We're making fun of the I Want song. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
It's like, I want nothing. Like, that's something we got to do with it. Right now, they're trying to reinvent the wheel in Disney feature animation. Let's try that joke.
I want nothing.
Yeah. I want nothing. I'm good. I'm content.
And then everyone else tries to make it the problem.
Yep.
And then, like, for the last time, I just want to be left alone.
I don't want anything. Stop trying to make me aspire to things. I don't want anything. I'm content.
My life is fine before you guys showed up.
See, my parent, no one's been killed off. There's no famine. It's fine. There's no villain. The modern Disney, there's no villain unless we force a villain and it never ends well.
Part of your world is nothing on this. Okay. Yeah, so...
Little Mermaid wants to be dinner.
Oh, God.
You want to be part of the world? You're gonna be sushi, woman.
I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, you don't want to see the great reboot of Little Mermaid. It ain't pretty.
Is it tied to the live action version or the animated version?
I guess either or. I'm just saying in general, like a gritty reboot of that story.
But, I mean, have you seen the original ending to the story?
Well, no, fine, not the book. I just meant either the animated film or the live action film, like that story, not the book.
I mean, the original one, she straight up turns into sea foam after after her heart breaks and she dies.
Oh wow, that's seafoam of all things, really?
Well, yeah, she's a mermaid.
Well, I know she's. Oh, Jay, I never will imagine the Little Mermaid is in fact a mermaid.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember the exact reason, Dragon. But,
what even is seafoam?
It's like sea spray kind of thing.
Like, really? That's it?
I remember she turns into sea foam at the end of the story, and LEB confirms that.
Jacob, that's dumb.
I don't know, Dragon. It was written in the 1800s. I mean, think about it. The original Cinderella, the stepsisters get their eyes eaten out of their heads by crows.
Why was that, by the way?
What?
Why was that, by the way?
Well, for punishment.
Well, yeah, but they literally, hey, was it like they were being tortured? Like, literally, they walked through a field and crows got them.
I don't know the exact reason, Dragon.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like, hey, you mistreated her, so now that she's got power, she's gonna have these royal guards hold you, and basically it's gonna be I think it's Hephaestus. We're gonna Hephaestus you.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that was the grim version or the Peralt version, but in one of them, that definitely is how it went.
Not Hephaestus, Prometheus. We're gonna Prometheus you.
Yep. And Prometheus is unlike Prometheus, their eyes didn't grow back.
Nope. They didn't grow back!
Oh,
no! There's a parody for you, Squidward. Telling SpongeBob the tale instead of the tail of the hatchling / the tail of Prometheus.
And it did grow back, only to be eaten again the next day. And the next day. And the next day. And the next day. Another SpongeBob reference on top of a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah, but actually on brand because Papa Meyer worked on SpongeBob.
Yep, and he did actually work on one of those episodes.
Yeah.
He worked on the Graveyard Shift episode.
There you go.
It's like, I love that this Wizard of Oz parody is talking about Spy Kids, Little Mermaids, and eyes being taken out by crows.
Yeah, we're not good at our jobs, Code Geass. I'm sorry.
No, we are good at our jobs. We're keeping our audience entertained, Dragon.
Yeah.
If you consider that our job, I'd say we're pretty good at it.
Okay. So
okay, to get back onto our job then, the boys offer Candace yet another alternative. The bouncy sidewalk.
Yes, which actually does look really fun.
Like, everyone loves bouncing, Dragon.
Well, yeah.
It's like, I don't care if you're 10 years old or 20 years old or how old you are. Like, if you see a bounce castle, you want to go into it.
However, I will warn you, no joke, bounce castle or no, especially bounce castle. I guess it was a trampoline, but I don't know, maybe bounce castle, it's the same principle. Trampoline, never have it be an adult and a child. It's never going to end well.
Yeah, I've seen too much YouTube and AFV to know the results of that.
I'm just saying, small child, big adult. It's just like it's a size discrepancy. It leads to real life bad stuff happening.
It's like I've seen more of the trampolines where they're just bouncing and it just breaks right underneath them.
Yeah.
Like he said he meant it as a compliment because I enjoy the tangents.
Yep.
Like I said, we aim to please.
Yep.
I mean, when do we not go on tangents in this thing?
Very, very rarely. We've always had a tangent. Never mind.
Yeah, but very rarely. And it's like, so the bouncy sidewalk would be fun. I mean, my cousin's house actually had a trampoline, and that was. Fortunately, though, we never went on there with adults and never got hurt.
I always like the trampoline scene in Big. Yeah, like it's very innocent, just like Tom Hanks and Les Perkins just like jumping on the trampoline.
Oh God.
It's a nice date.
It is.
That's all they're doing. She's a business lady. She's loosening up. She's jumping on the trampoline in the fancy black dress.
It is nice, yes.
Yeah.
But of course, Candace doesn't want to have fun and decides to continue, only then to be absconded by the flying squirrels.
Yep, they essentially, well, they practically wedgie her away, and we then wedgie.
Baljeet on Jeremy Tree.
Yeah, I know they technically skyhook Candace, but you know what I mean.
Yep. Yep. Old Skyhook.
Yep.
And of course, Phineas and Ferb offer like your myth looks fun too. Oblivious to the fact that she's basically being kidnapped.
Yep.
Which should probably be par for the course. But that concludes the first half of the episode.
All right, so Candace is in a predicament with Toto the platypus.
Yes. It's like, and like she's like they're trapped in the web. It's like she basically tries to. Well, Doofenwitch reveals, Doofenwitch, more like, actually reveals his plan. I'm gonna turn this timer. That's when this electric one begins. Like, he has a timer to start a timer.
Well, of course. How else are you going to know when to start your other timer?
Fair enough.
I mean, come on, man. What are you, savage? Like, come on.
It's like, I do have timers on top of timers sometimes, so there is that.
See? You get it.
We're only halfway through. This could end up being a 2-hour stream. We'll try and keep the tangents to a minimum.
2 hours? You're being optimistic, sir.
It's like, we'll try and keep things to a minimum. Get the tangents to a minimum in this half.
I hope no one made plans. It's going to be the 4-hour podcast. There's still a lot to go. We have to break down to understand this. So we have to go back and do like a mini podcast on the Wizard of Oz itself.
But we can do that later.
All right.
I mean, like I said, this is an anniversary year, and do you want to wait 5 years to talk about the Wizard of Oz?
I mean, probably not. So we'll probably get to that, but I'm not going to confirm nor deny anything right now.
I mean, me neither. I'm just saying it is an anniversary year, and they are actually releasing the movie in theaters as part of the 85th anniversary.
Yeah, though, just to tick everyone off, we're going to do exactly the Zack Snyder thing. We're going to do it in parts, just like Rebel Moon. We're going to do it in parts.
I haven't actually seen Rebel Moon yet.
Neither have I. Here's the thing: whether Rebel Moon's good or not, I refuse to see that movie. You know why?
Why?
Because Snyder's never going to learn if we keep indulging him on the whole two-parter thing. Okay, it's just ridiculous, man. Make a full movie. It's okay. Because there's a lot of assumptions being made that we're going to want to watch another one that he made, okay? When he's not giving us a complete story, and already it's like we're already all the business with the Justice League. It's a lot of ridiculousness.
Well, who knows what the yeah.
I
mean, that part of that might have been Warner Brothers too.
No, he wanted to make but they were going to give him a 2-part movie, and then obviously life happened. But it's just the fact, like, come on, man, making a 2-part movie is a bad idea.
Yeah.
What do you think you are, Spider-Verse? Anyway.
Well, he's
a little bit, yes. 2-part movies can be good as long as they have an ending. Snyder lost those privileges.
Well, for all we know, maybe Rebel Moon does.
Maybe it does, but I'm not rewarding him for it.
All right, Snyder cut tangent aside.
Okay.
Unless you want to have more to say about Snyder.
No. We're good.
All right. So it's like Candace once asked Perry to, well, actually, I got a bit ahead of myself, like the timer for the timer, and it just like basically the Begoninator, which will zap Candace out of the boots.
Yep, and again, you can't give the boots back because they are grafted onto her very horrifically, almost a Ren and Stimpy style kind of like insert gag.
Like they've, I would, but they've kind of grown on me. I know they really bring out your eyes. No, literally, they've grown on me. I can't take them off. It's a shame you didn't have a red rubber shoehorn.
Yep.
Anyway, and so the Begoninator will get her out of the boots, and of course he has this like, Perry, go on without me, which of course he does.
Using Inspector Gadget head, and he gets out of there.
He's like, well, if it was that easy, he could have just done that ages ago.
Only when it was funny.
Yeah, only when it was funny, yes.
He is a cartoon platypus, after all.
Exactly.
See, real platypi, or platypus, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They just sit there. They don't really do very much. They just sit there, and sometimes they wear hats. Sometimes they usually don't wear hats. When they do wear hats, they're just felt. just sitting there. It's like putting lipstick on a pig, It's just like putting a hat on a platypus. just waiting to be preyed upon by the numerous amounts of things that can kill the platypus.
It's like I love how this is a straight up deathinator, basically.
Yep.
It's basically pulling up one of Doofenshmirtz's deadliest plans that wasn't even real.
Yeah.
It's like, so Perry escapes and finds the gang, and we meet Mayhem. We see Major Monogram in this episode. What do you think of Major Monogram?
It makes me wonder what it would look like if Sam Elliott played the role. So Major Monogram as a fairy, basically as Mr. Exposition, like spelling out like, "Hey, Candace is in trouble, go save her."
It's like, wait, why am I a fairy? He just realized it. Like, he's like, wait, how long have I been a fairy?
And we're just gonna move on. So
you're not even gonna touch that one.
No. So
okay.
We're in the.
I'll say Elliott and Major Monogram do look similar.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, Sam Elliott would make a good live action Major Monogram.
He would.
Then again, Sam Elliott's good in basically everything, so.
Yep.
Whether or not what he's actually in is good is up for debate, but.
Yeah.
But basically, he raises the goodness level of the movie just a little bit just by being in it.
It's a quality mustache.
Especially his mustache, yeah.
See, the secret origin of Sam Elliott is that Sam Elliott actually made a deal with a wizard back in the olden days, and he's like, "I want to be success. I want to have fame and fortune. Well, we're going to give that to you, but we got to do it in the form of a mustache. Mustache, really? Like, yes. As long as you have this mustache, you'll never want for anything. People will love you. In every role you take, even if it's in a bad movie, you will be the best part of that movie." It's like, okay, give me the mustache.
And it works.
You didn't say it was gonna be white. No.
It is a cool mustache, though.
It's even like in his 30s, he's got probably dark hair. He's got like a big white mustache.
Oh god.
That's how that magic works.
Yeah, and then he grows into it. It's like, okay, this isn't so bad.
It just took about 10 years, but it looks pretty good.
Yep. It's like, didn't he actually take over? Didn't he actually start voicing voicing a character in Family Guy?
Yeah. Well,
no.
It's not that. Yeah, go on.
Like Mayor West's brother, Wild West, or something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. They have him as so it's not. He's voicing essentially a parody of himself, I guess, as the replacement for Adam West. He's like the new mayor or something, I think.
Yeah,
I dropped off the Family way before that happened. It's just what I heard. So.
I know, because obviously you can't replace Adam West.
No, of course not.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee.
I think the only time they did that was SpongeBob, where they had Merman and not scratch that. Ernest Borgnine. They did the younger version of Merman and Barnacle Boy, and they actually had Burt Ward and Adam West show up there for a second. I guess not really replacing Adam West.
I mean, but that was also before Ernest Borgnine's death.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You're right. I was just for a moment. It's kind of a fun, kind of a reversal of the replacement, I guess. So we kind of slipped him in.
What's kind of funny is that both the paired episodes have younger Mermaid Man and younger versions of Mermaid and Barnacle Boy, and only one of them has them voiced by Adam West and Burt Ward.
Mm-hmm.
You remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Tell him.
That's what I just said.
Well, yeah.
It's like, I don't remember the name of the episodes, but it's just kind of funny that they only kept them for one episode. It's the first half of the episode, and then they see the younger ones again, and they're voiced by their usual voice actors in the next episode.
Yeah, it's weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
And that's not even the first. That's not even the first or last time we see young versions of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. But it's also the only time they're voiced by Burt Ward and Adam West.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
And it doesn't make any freaking sense.
Nope. Okay, so the speaking of stuff that doesn't make sense, but in a good way. We have our trio. They show up. Well, I guess trio, and I think Perry's there too. But the Perry sneaks in. Sorry, they have our trio show up.
Yeah, but as witches, They knock on Doofenshmirtz's door, offering his house a witch makeover. It's not a witch, it's a warlock. About the dress, it's a robe.
But he's not going to turn down a free home makeover, so invites him in.
I mean, who would turn down a free home makeover at this point?
I mean, if they were very suspicious and looked like they were up to something, I don't know, might turn them down.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair point.
It's like, hey, home invasion. Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, that's why you have security. That's why you have security around your house.
Unless there's like a guy with a giant RV is ready to pull away from the house. I don't think so.
Yeah, fair.
All right,
well,
so
at least it's not like the case of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where like Willie comes home and the entire house is gone.
It's impressive how Wonka Sr. did that, by the way.
Yep, and took it all, took the entire thing to the North Pole.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it wasn't like he just didn't demolish it. Like, he literally took that building.
Yep. That's great.
But seriously, though, yet another tangent.
Yes.
But there was candy in the first temptation earlier, though.
And I also just saw Wonka the other day.
Seriously, say what you will about Tim Burton and the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but man, I don't care if it's unneeded or not. I mean, I don't care if it's like a subplot we may or may not need for adapting that story. But you know what, man? I love what Christopher Lee does in that. I love everything about that scene when Wonka's in the chair and we're kind of like seeing through a little young Freddie Highmore's eyes. You know, the father did care about the son, and then the father recognized the son is this beautiful reconciliation of father and son. It's like it's a beautiful scene in that movie. It's not what you would imagine in a remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but it's wonderful.
But at least it was trying something different.
Yes,
and I like that version too.
Yeah,
and the new Wonka is actually really good too.
Look, I'm definitely gonna watch it when it streams. It's got stiff competition.
I know. But it's not like trying to compete with the others.
No, I know that. I mean, how can you?
Fair.
Well, okay, maybe you can compete with the Burton. Maybe you can compete with the Burton one, but let's not do that now. So,
Dragon loves old dad, so I'm not surprised that he likes the dad subplot.
Mm.
I still have yet to see the whole old dads thing.
What do you mean, like the discussion about old dads or the actual movie Old Dads?
Well, neither one actually.
Okay.
I haven't seen apparently it was this epic back and forth between you and Tiki regarding.
Well, it's probably on Memoirs. It's probably where you can find it.
Yeah. So I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was legendary enough for people to keep bringing it up.
Well, I think it's mostly Code Geass, but yeah.
It makes me want to see the tirade.
Okay, I mostly put it on there because of Code Geass, mind you. Otherwise, it would have been an honorable mention. I decided, okay, I'll just put it on the list like number 20.
All right.
Okay, anyway.
And I was there. I remember I was in the comments for that. I did. Yeah. I came in after the old dads thing, though.
Yeah. So you missed the best part.
Yep. I was like,
didn't need to say for the rest of it. You just need to watch that one part, though.
I wanted to see who you guys picked as number one.
Yeah.
Especially considering, I made the thumbnail and everything, and you guys only had 3 ones that were the same.
Yep.
Which is surprising. You both had the same number 1.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It was number 1.
Yep. Little Guardian to the Galaxy.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, so they grab onto the to the orb.
Yep. And they Perry successfully frees Candace.
Yep.
It's and they actually bring something to make Doofenshmirtz's house, which is just wit. The lair a bit nicer, has a table and a lamp.
Yeah.
Which he actually likes. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's not too bad. It's something out of the 60s or something. It has this nice retro chic to it.
Anyway, so Jeremy's calling out Doofenwitch here, and he's like, "Shut up! You're a tree." Candace doesn't like that. Like, hey, you don't put baby in a corner. You don't put Jeremy in the dirt over there. You don't do that.
Nope. And so Candace, obviously remembering something from the movie, throws a bucket of water onto Doofenshmirtz.
So that's not in the book then.
I don't think that's in the book. I mean, it might be in the book, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Anyway, so
It's like, and but it doesn't actually melt it. It's just it's like, oh, these are pure cotton. It's shrinking. It's shrinking.
yep, his outfit's ruined. He shrinks, so he goes to change.
And then the guards.
Yes, the guards. They ask the guards what they want. You don't want to kill us, do you? It's like, well, no one's ever asked us what we want.
What do you want? You have a
There's
little song queued up.
Yep, they want it. So they have an I Want song.
like we don't actually know what it is. They just want to
They just want to perform, really.
They just want to dance.
They just want to dance.
And then of course Belgy's like, hey, everyone gets a song except me.
Yep.
And of course they're escaping. Of course the spider monkey's the only one doing work. And then we see a lava gator.
Yep, they don't want to mess with that, so they grapple onto the balloon. But then,
basically the blimp that the boys made.
Yeah. Anyway, so then they fall into. Oh, Jacob, it's horrible. They fall onto the razor sharp rock spikes.
The sea of razor sharp rock spires.
Yes, the sea of razor sharp rock spikes.
Spires.
Oh, what? I said spikes, didn't I?
Yes.
Crap. The razor. I wrote a letter that looked like a K.
No, it's sharp. The razor sharp rock spires.
The sea of razor sharp rock spires.
Yes. You have a gritty reboot for this one?
Well, no, Jacob, because thankfully it was misnamed.
It's like the thing was so inappropriately named, and it's just a bunch of fluffy pillows.
There is a backstory, though, to the sea.
Should I create like a gritty backstory tag?
Yes.
Okay, just 1 second. And there we go.
That's a long ago. Tourist. Whole group of them. They were exploring the land, and they fell. Guess what they fell on?
Razor sharp rock spires?
Exactly. And what was their solution to this?
No idea.
Okay. We're going to get rid of the spires. We're going to clear all this land. We're going to put up something really friendly, something really kind of cushiony, kind of something fun to kind of like pave over the fact that people died here. And we want the tourists. We want the foot traffic.
Pillows.
See a fluffy, frilly grandma pillows. It's all across the thing.
So like, what are you going to do? What about the name? No, we won't change it. We've already made the sign.
Yeah. That's expensive, okay? We have to change this. That we don't have to change. Well, I mean, should we change it? We don't have the budget. Look at this. You see, we have like a whole ice cream force people are getting named on. All right, this is like action. This is like class action park all over it. We don't want to,
Okay. I haven't even watched that documentary, but I've seen.
It is a good documentary.
I've seen the Defunct Land episode on that though.
That Defunct Land episode's good, but class action park's even better.
That's fair.
Anyway. I just realized something.
What?
It's been forever since I checked in with Defunct Land.
I don't know if they've done a lot of stuff recently.
I wonder if that's why.
Maybe. I mean, maybe they have. I just haven't really followed them either. But I've only seen a couple stuff of theirs. Like, I love their Astro World one.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, point being, they're all safe, fine, dandy.
It's like they're closer than ever to Bustopolis.
Bustopolis is chock full of, this is an interesting idea. Bustopolis is comprised of all the stuff that would have busted the boys. It's all the past inventions and stuff.
Hence the name Bustopolis.
Yes.
My metropolis.
Yeah. No Superman here. No.
That's like what I was referencing the Emperor's New School song.
Oh, right.
Ismopolis, my metropolis.
No, you're right. Yeah.
God bless Arthur Kitt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, did you see? Okay, another tangent. Okay, did you see the deleted? There was like a few deleted boards from the Once Upon a Studio short.
Yeah, it's like where she's like hitting on someone.
Yeah, hit on Hercules.
Oh God, I don't remember it was Hercules, but
yeah, no, it was Hercules.
I did see that. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
That actually was. It would have been funny to see that, but I wonder why they cut it. Probably because they didn't have any good archival recordings of her the kid, or whoever's doing whoever do her voice now.
Well, either that or just the animation costs money.
Yes.
Sadly, we're learning that really harshly today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
bad news aside. So Bastopoulos, we have the yellow stairs or the tube. Candace takes the stairs, the boys take the tube, and it's fun.
the tube does look like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have the Wizard of Odd, and who is the wizard? The Wizard of Bastopoulos. Who is it?
Who should it be but Linda?
I saw this one coming, but I do love I love the way Linda says I'm a whiz in the kitchen though.
Yep.
She is making casseroles and pies and stuff, and anyway, she's like too busy to give Candace the full time. She's gonna come back in for the moral later, but it's like, no, you the boys give out the gifts.
Yep, and which basically sends Candace into a massive realization. Like the gifts, like Baljeet receives sunglasses. It's like basically because I want to be cool. Like coolness is such a unique trait that few people actually possess it. Most people just wear these and fake it.
Unless you're Henry Winkler, you're not cool.
Yes, and he's like, "Work through me, sweet cheese." It's like, yeah, don't oversell it.
Exactly. So,
and I love Phineas. One of my favorite Phineas lines is this upcoming one. It's like with Jeremy's wish. It's like, the problem with you is you're just delusional.
It's a really good line.
It's like, I am? Sure.
Just you know he had the voice actor on Phineas had a great time with that line.
Yeah, but it's just so. I'm surprised that didn't become more of a meme, honestly.
You're delusional. Oh,
the problem with you is you're just delusional.
You're not a tree. You're wearing a tree costume.
Yep.
Then he gets unzipped and he's in his undies in front of Candace.
Yep, Candace's dream is fan service, apparently.
Yeah, no, that tracks though. It does track.
Yep. It's like, and I'm in my underwear. Yes, you are.
All of Candace's dreams.
Oh God.
She's a teenage girl, man. What do you expect?
I mean, I'm not denying a dragon. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it is fair.
All that she needs now is okay, so Jeremy's in underwear and saying, "I would die for you, Candace."
I mean, I'm sure she probably has those. We just don't see them yet.
She's probably doing like a little weird dance or something. But yeah, that's essentially Candace's fantasy.
Like, oh God. Yes, Dragon. I know. There's nothing overall wrong with this, I guess. Anyway, so what does Buford want?
Jake, we know what Buford wants.
Nothing.
This boy wants for nothing. It's like, Buford's existence is the end of like the first part or the first act of Gone with the Wind. It's like, and I shall never want anything again.
It's like, are you sure?
Yeah, I want nothing.
Like, are you sure you want anything? Won't want anything later?
I'm sure. I want nothing.
How are you sure? Okay, I'll take something.
Give some.
And then it's like, oh, a ham sandwich. I did want that.
God, I will. That's such a great joke.
Yep, he wanted a ham sandwich.
In the moment, you could go for a little nosh. Goes with the ham sandwich.
Yep. You can always you're always down for a ham sandwich, especially if you're hungry. If you're hungry,
yep.
just put some ham, put some bread, some ham, and maybe some mayonnaise if you want. You got yourself a good sandwich.
Or if you're in the future, you do the meat sandwich.
It's like, that is that in like Futurama or something?
No, Lightyear.
Oh, Lightyear, right?
Yeah, remember Lightyear? They had like the meat on the outside.
Oh yeah. Like, although that does remind me of something that actually exists in real life.
Well, I've seen that sandwich constructed in real life, and apparently in Pixar they actually had to make those sandwiches too to eat them.
What I mean is, I'm talking about the Double Down from KFC.
Oh.
It's like where instead of like the bread, it's two chicken patties.
Hmm.
And then it's
Well,
like, and in between it is cheese and bacon.
God, that sounds not. That doesn't sound appetizing at all, does it?
I've actually eaten one,
Oh, okay.
and it was actually, and I liked it. I liked it. You went silent.
For comedy purposes, I assure you.
For comedy purposes, absolutely.
Yes.
When
All
a
right.
few, when a few good moments of that show.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, episode 8, kids. You ever want to watch She-Hulk? Just jump to episode 8 and then go home.
Daredevil.
If you feel ambitious, episode 8 and 9, but let's just say episode 8.
Yeah. We need a Jeremy centaur. We got a Phineas centaur, so why not Jeremy?
It's a fair point.
I mean, who knows? Maybe she was in Jeremy. Maybe there is a Jeremy land that we don't know of.
Yeah.
And we don't. We see, and we do see Phineas land at least one more time. At least in that one, though, Phineas doesn't turn into a centaur.
Oh God, what does he turn into?
Fabio, basically.
Well, that tracks. Come on, Fabio's basically a centaur with human legs. Let's be honest.
That essentially makes him, the exact opposite of a centaur.
Like the long flowing hair. Basically, if Fabio could move at the speed of a horse,
Yes. Okay, fair point.
And depending on who you ask, they might tell you, oh, he's a centaur, all right. He doesn't have 4 legs, but he's a centaur, all right.
Well, as Nick Offerman would believe once said, but technically we are all half centaur.
There you go.
So there you go.
Yep.
So technically, yeah, we don't see Phineas as a centaur again, thank God, but we do see him as Fabio, basically.
Yeah.
As like,
right.
so...
Anyway, so the gifts have been given out. Then we have Doofenwitch.
Yes. It's like, and what he wants? The red rubber boots.
Then we give him boots, and then we have a jaunty musical number, which is a repackaging of the Pigeon Goo song.
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
well, it's the same orchestration, though. Come on, man, it's the same song.
I don't think it is considered the same song.
Well, I know it's not like the same lyrics, but I'm saying it's the same like music and the same. Plus, they're using the same animation practically.
It's like well,
my good Tosha's brother.
It's okay. All of his songs are like big band Broadway stuff like that, though.
I know, but it's like he's got the hat and everything too. I don't know.
Well, it's like Doofenwitch is finally happy that that his wardrobe finally has a bit of color.
Yep.
It's like he wants to go out in the town, have some fun, and not have a giant house dropped on top of him.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that's exactly what happens.
What would have happened if Dorothy just gave the witch the shoes?
It's like, yeah, here you go.
Click, click. Oh, don't they look pretty? He says, you can go home.
Yep. Anyway, so it's like basically maybe that's one of the reasons why they made this. Is like the witch just wanted the shoes, so why not just give her the shoes?
There you go.
Yep. And
Bob Myers asking the smart questions when he's watching The Wizard of Oz as a kid.
Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't go well for Doofenshmirtz or Doofenwitch, and he gets crushed by the house. And who should come out but Dorothy and Toto?
Yep.
So it's like, so technically, this entire episode was a prequel to The Wizard of Oz.
Only thing that would have made it better is if Grey DeLisle's voiced Dorothy.
Like, okay,
Grey Griffin voiced Dorothy.
I know who it is, Dragon. But
I know you. I'm telling the folks. I'm telling this. But I want the record to reflect it.
It's like it was probably most likely Kari Waldron, most likely. Since she also voiced Dorothy.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying that Grey Griffin famously does a really good Dorothy.
Yeah, she actually has appeared on this show before as one of the additional voices.
Really? They never gave her a lead voice?
No.
Jacob, throw it up.
Seriously? Do I have to?
Do you not want to? I guess we're doing it. Then, Swampy, guys, just Grey Griffin, okay? The voice actress. You didn't give her like a big part, just like an additional voice. All right, guys, let's just call it a day at that. We're just gonna come on. All right,
Boys.
boys, you are so busted for not putting Gray Griffin in a memorable lead role in one of these episodes as a guest star. Oh, come on, guys.
Like, for all I know, she might appear in a future episode as like as a minor character, but I don't think they ever really used her that much.
If she appears as a minor character, it better be a really funny minor character.
I mean, if she appeared in the first season, I'm surprised you didn't catch on to it.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like a big part.
I don't think she has any big parts for it as far
We
as
might have. I don't know. Maybe we did catch it.
like she was in. I've seen her name. Her name was in one of the episodes. So
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We might have caught it. That's what I'm saying though. It's not like a state, like a shining character though. It's the thing.
yeah, I know.
But we could have given her we could have given her the nagging wife. We could have given that to her.
Yeah, but
Think of the mileage.
it's like, well, I mean, Jennifer Hughes. I think she's married to Robert F. Hughes. She's married to one of the directors of the show.
Nepotism.
Okay.
Was that nepotism? Is nepotism extended to like family period, or is it literally just like offspring?
I think it extends to family basically.
Nepotism.
And it might just be someone with the same last name for all I know.
Never mind. Jury's out. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. So anyway, after Doofenwitch gets the boots and crushed by the house.
So Candace gets the moral.
Yep, the moral is summer doesn't last forever, so have some fun. Essentially.
Okay, so again, BS on this moral. Okay, she was told that hey, you want to go from point A to point B, follow the yellow brick road, essentially follow the yellow brick sidewalk, and you'll be okay. And I'll take you there. She followed the rules, what she was told, and even if she just tells that to everyone, make sure to follow the. I get it, but still, it's like ethically, Jacob, it feels like we're saying, like, hey, get distracted along the way. It's like, hey, let's just like don't listen to when people tell you important things. Like don't follow directions, get lost, which I mean, it's not a bad moral, but it just feels like we might be confusing the kids out there, don't you think?
Well, it's just more like don't necessarily listen to advice and just I'm what I'm trying to say, right?
I guess so, but it feels like we should have said, like, hey, did she seem like the boss of the land to you? Like, but then again, well, I guess she kind of did.
Well, I mean, it teaches them to I guess it teaches like make your own decisions instead of just always listening to people like that.
That's true, but Jacob, think of it like this: like every turn, it's like, hey, this sounds too good to be true. Well, maybe it is too good to be true. Maybe Phineas and Ferb have some. They seemed rather sinister at each turn, didn't they?
Not really.
Think about it, though. It's just like, hey, I'm supposed to follow this, and like, hey, look at how tempting this is, can't they keep coming back?
And the thing is, like, technically Linda's thing harkens back to what the show's about itself, and something that Dan's own mom said when he was younger, like, summer doesn't last forever, make every day count instead of just being bored all day.
It's a good line. It's a good moral. That's a good moral. I just think we're confusing with the whole, like, hey, follow, like, if she just asks like a random average, like, hey, how do we get there? Oh yeah, follow the road. Instead of like, hey, make sure you follow. There's a whole song of that. That's what bothers me, Jay. There's a whole song of follow the yellow road. That is reaffirming, hey, go here. That's not like, hey, you should go here. Okay, if there wasn't a song, I could forgive it. Okay, but there's literally a whole song about like make sure yellow brick road, yellow brick sidewalk.
And we also have seen. Now we also see her like telling everybody to do that, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, though. If it was just her telling people, then okay. But it was like there's a whole song about it, but I don't.
It's the song.
Literally, it's the fact there's a whole song. Okay, this sounds like an actual thing. The fact it's like choreographed little number. It seems to be widely known. Versus like, okay, it's just one thing. This wacky lady just keeps telling everybody.
Yeah, and that's what it makes for a good subversion, though.
No, yeah, you're not. Yeah, it's a funny subversion. Yeah, oh man, she's nuts.
Yeah, she just tells it to everybody. She tells that to everybody.
And I suspect that might be a nod to the whole, like, Glenda just gives bad advice in Wizard of Oz.
I mean, most likely.
Yeah, it was the whole thing. Like, well, wait, I could have just done this the whole time. Like, well, yeah.
Yep. So, of course, Candace begins to wake up having real, and then she realizes that she didn't fulfill having fun in her own dream,
Nope.
which is kind of sad if you think about it.
But she's offered an opportunity for change.
Yep. She's offered a ride in their giant self-balancing unicycle, which is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you like to ride around in something like that?
Like a monster truck unicycle.
Pretty much self-balancing too, so they don't have to worry about it.
Pretty cool.
Yep, and Jeremy's there too.
Yeah, it all worked out.
So Candace decides to just for once have fun with the boys.
Yep.
Granted, she goes back to trying to bust them, but
Feels like this would have been a good season finale.
it would have been. But we still have like 13 more episodes.
13 more?
Or 12, like 13 or 12 for this season.
Okay.
Let me.
Will the season ever end?
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
Okay, there you go.
All right, I'm double checking that episode count right now. Let's see. For this season, if it's just 26, actually, yeah, so 12 more episodes after this. Disney Plus has 39, but it's because they split one of the episodes into two. It's like, so have fun, everybody. Which even that part makes really no sense.
Nope.
Like, it was just a weird, funny way to end the episode. Like making you question: did any of what just we see really happen?
I'm gonna say no.
Did the whole unicycle thing actually happen, or is it just something, or is it just another figment of our imagination? And have fun, everybody. Yep. And of course, the episode ends with, a parody of Busted under the title Rusted.
Yeah.
What'd you make of Rusted?
It's pretty fun. Could have used some Vanessa.
Yeah, but Vanessa wasn't even in this episode.
Yeah, but that's actually, wait a minute. Candace knows Vanessa.
Yeah.
Why wasn't she in this episode at all? And all the people that, and you were there, et cetera, et cetera. Like, hey.
And it's like, and she can see Vanessa like, wait, you weren't there. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't there. It's like, I don't even know what you're talking about, Candace.
Exactly. Could have done that. Didn't.
Yep. Don't worry, we will be seeing a lot more Vanessa in the near future.
I hope so.
It sounds like Dragon really wants this season to end.
No, it just seems like this is like the longest season out of the whole series, right?
Pretty much. If this is like 39, I think 38 episodes, season 3, which doesn't have any hour long episodes. It does have the movie, but I don't think we're going to cover that. Unless you decide to. It has 35 episodes.
Anyway.
And season 4 only comes to 36, but there are quite a few hour-long specials in that one.
Okay.
So are we going to cover the movie, Dragon?
Well, I don't know.
We can decide another time.
Yeah, we'll decide later. Yeah.
All right. So, Dragon, we still have to get through the forgettable part of season 2 to get through.
Oh.
Hey, even then, there's some forgettable ones. They do still have their moments. I'm not gonna lie. Codias likes the Rusted song, and Vanessa wasn't a prominent enough character at this point for this series to include. She really does appear more in the 3rd and 4th seasons. So we haven't seen the last of Vanessa.
Vanessa.
So Dragon, what do you think Vanessa would be in the land of Odd?
Well, again, the available role was the Tin Man, but that's probably,
The Tin Woman?
Yeah, the Tin Woman. But I'm saying in terms of available roles, I don't know, Well, you had like the trees that threw apples.
Yeah, I guess so. And then even those. What about those ugly trees? They're like.
That's in the ugly trees. We kind of a nod to that, so we can't really can't do
And
that
yeah,
again.
the trees are here scary. Hey, we can't all be movie stars.
Honestly, maybe we should have made her Glinda.
Instead of Isabella.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And then, but she would be singing the Yellow Sidewalk song.
All right, fair enough. Probably should have made it. Let's keep Isabella as Glinda. I don't know. Okay, I don't know where we would have put her necessarily. We can put her in like number roles, but I don't want to give her like a thankless role. Technically, she could have been a like. It would have been funny if she was like a random assistant to the witch. If she was essentially the spider monkey, only without the spider aspect. But you know.
Yeah, but who knows how that would have gone?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, fine. Look, I'm not saying they made the wrong decision not including Vanessa. I'm just saying it would have been kind of cool to see her because Candace knows her, and plus, I mean, we made Stacy and Alice. You see the difficulty in the male character ratio in Wizard of Oz already. So,
I mean, there are only 3 major male characters in that movie.
yep,
So, granted, I mean, there aren't that many characters in that movie in the first place.
yep.
All right. Yeah, but I guess we can talk about the Wizard of Oz another time.
Yeah.
And I think that concludes our discussion of the Wizard of Odd.
Yes.
All right, so thank you, Code Geass, Aquated, LEB, Little Blue. I saw you at one point in there, so we had quite a big discussion tonight and all this, just with all our tangents that we had. Dragon, do you have any last remaining tangents before the episode ends, before we close this off?
Remember, kids, it's about the tangents and the misadventures along the way to Bastopolis. That in this case, the conversation, the discussion. So it's all about the
journey, not the destination.
It's all about the journey, not the destination. In this case, it's all about the horrific ice cream mishaps and
how Batman would fit into this.
yep. Stuff along those lines. You have a few spy kids along the way. It's all about like the wacky misadventures and getting to the topic at hand. That's kind of what we do here.
Yep, and we have fun with it, right, Joe?
We have fun with it. I don't think we're any good, but we have fun with it. So we're entertained.
Yep, and obviously we have, like I said, we have regulars like obviously Code Geass, Aquatet, LEB. Like I said, if we can attract a regular audience, I think we're doing pretty good.
Okay.
So thank you for tuning in, and next week we actually have another 2-part episode. And Dragon, the boys go skateboard, go through to try and build an epic skateboarding course, but it's so delayed they build an extras. They have to build a specialized suit for it. And Doofenwitch declares that he's in charge of the tri-state area. Good night, everybody. And stay odd.
And you were there, and you